Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 95, 56. 54. Right, 54. Hey, defense, let's. Hey, break it down, fellas, break it down. Watch twist. We go 21. Five. Mike 5. Protein spill. 3 bucks.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Check back. Here we go. Watch twist. Mike 5.
Breeze on the draw against a Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Ready.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Back.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
20.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Marcus Davenport, the first-rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use your aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Third and long, it's Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. He can't hang.
Back to the air. Newton on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Breeze. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards, good for a Saints first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. And now this pass brought in by Brown. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Yellow lady, yellow lady. 54, right, 54. Wait a second. Coming this way. Hey, easy. Here we go. Slam, slam. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. It's been a long day for you.
Washington now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big pickup of 38. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Washington. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Six guys. Check 6 guys. Here we go. You go tight. You got tight.
Running it, Washington. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
But they need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. That's caught. It's Thomas. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a 3rd down pass, and Drew Brees finds him and keeps this drive moving.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today... Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
You ready? 59. I'm here all day. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. He's checking.
On 1st, here's Washington. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ready?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 27, Newton, he gets it to Thomas. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Ian Thomas got pressed into action early his rookie season as all-pro tight end Greg Olsen went down with an injury. Ended up with 36 catches, and they definitely see him as the future once Olsen decides to hang it up and maybe become a broadcaster.
Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that ain't...
It got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 54 yards.
First down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Play action. Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The Saints take over. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously cost them.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Washington. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
From the 41, Breeze. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Ready, 95, 56, 36. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On 2nd and 9, Breeze gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lutz's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Newton. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Panthers.
Set, 180. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Begin. Gun.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 12, Newton, he'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And the Panther first down.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now Newton on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go.
On play action, now Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Good for the Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Breeze now on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards.
That's another Saints first down.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Watch the slap.
On play action, it's Breeze. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it's going to be second down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. They'll try to counter with Washington. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's on the second-round pick, Eric McCoy from Texas A&M. So now they assess a third and long, and that holding call might have knocked him out of field goal range, at least for the moment. Throwing now is Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21.
17 yards. That's another Saints first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Breeze now on first down. And Thomas has it. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Breeze now. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? On the toss play, this is Washington. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. This defense continues to be good on third down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this, let's try to get it in the end zone?
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Washington
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. K1 short, and the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. So Newton and the Panthers come up now first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line.
20.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Levante David in on the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Newton. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there. Incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Demario Davis there on the stop. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's Newton. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind and try to put together another drive. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 45 yards.
And the Saints, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go. Opposite.
Saints, 1st down.
Undercut. You're good. Line 4, ready.
Play action. Breeze. Now he's forced out left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Luck's good on the extra point, and that will cut the lead down to 15. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Panthers, they move back over 500 now at 6-5, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the losses continue to mount as they drop to 0-11 on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.